The Dragon Ball Legends 5th anniversary is happening in a few weeks. Not only that, we did get confirmation yesterday of a brand new producer message that we'll be receiving that should be giving us information concerning events and whatnot leading up to the anniversary. So I think that all of this is kind of perfect to segue into the question that I asked you guys on Twitter. So I asked, Dragon Ball Legends community, talk to me. With the Dragon Ball Legends 5th anniversary only being a few weeks away, what new characters, events, quality of life changes, and other new and exciting things would you like to see get added to the game? Might use this for a video. So we're gonna be going through a lot of the responses because it's time to get hype. It's almost the 5th anniversary. BLZ, currently cooking, I see you, said, in terms of characters, it's gotta be Ultra Vegito Blue, honestly. In terms of events, hopefully they bring back the Festival Hoi Poi. In terms of quality of life, there's really nothing that comes to mind. Okay, so I see a lot of people saying that the anniversary unit has to be Ultra Vegito Blue. And I understand entirely. I mean, it would be super hype, like everybody would go crazy on that banner 100%. But I think it's also a double-edged sword. And the reason being is because of how hype units usually contribute to a toxic meta. Now, don't get me wrong. Again, Ultra Vegito Blue, I am 100% down for. I would go crazy on that banner. I know you guys would go crazy on that banner. But the only thing I'm worried about is the reception after the anniversary. Like, is either, continuing or after it ends, right? Because think about it logically, if we get like an Ultra Vegito Blue, even though he'll be a cool unit, I know his kit would be insane, he would be extremely powerful. He's gonna pair up with Gogeta Blue, he's gonna pair up with Rose. And not only that, he's also going to pair up with a lot of the Ultra units. Actually, if he is a red unit, which I know is the element factor everybody wants him to be, especially with the release of, Ultra Kid Buu. If Vegito Blue is a red unit, not only is that, the first actual solid, red unit that we've gotten for Fusion Warrior in a long while, and also, I would say, the second solid one, because, I mean, the new Transforming Cell we got is actually a pretty solid red unit for Future, but, it would also complete the element factors for Saiyans as Ultras, right? And I say that excluding the free-to-play units, right? Because nobody's using the free-to-play Super Saiyan Goku. So that would be what? Your blue unit would be Super Gogeta, your yellow unit would be Super Vegito, your purple unit would be Gogeta Blue, your red unit would be Vegito Blue, and then your green unit would be Rose. That sounds extremely scary to fight, extremely frustrating too. Again, it'll be cool, I'm for it, but I'm also scared to see the end result of all of that. So again, double-edged sword, really cool, I'm for it, I would love to see it, I know you guys would as well, and I would go absolutely insane on that banner, but we also have to mentally prepare ourselves for what's to come if that's the case. Zed said, characters, Go Frieza, Orange Piccolo, Ultra Vegito Blue, quality of life, none. Events, hope they replicate this PvP season. It's got good rewards and very generous rates. Yeah, I don't think there's really much for me to say concerning PvP specifically. It's been better in my opinion, primarily because of the fact that we finally have a bit more diversity in the the teams that we're fighting. The rewards have been pretty decent, so I have no issues with PvP at all. Quality of life changes, they said none, so it is what it is. But the characters, again, like I said earlier, Ultra Vegito Blue, that's probably going to be the one character that a lot of people want to see get added into the game. But the other two are definitely Goku and Frieza, like attack Goku and Frieza from the end of the Tournament of Power. And of course, Orange Piccolo. He is literally the only character we don't have from that movie in the game that is available to be utilized, right? Because otherwise the other character would be Cell Max, but we all know that's not going to be happening either ever or anytime soon. But Orange Piccolo is the only one we don't have, and especially with the massive boost that not only Majin Buu Saga Z has been getting, but also Regen, it would make sense to give us Orange Piccolo. Although I originally thought that Orange Piccolo was going to be a yellow unit. I mean, part of the reason is because literally darn near every Piccolo unit that's been meta relevant has been a yellow unit. I think with the exception of maybe the transforming Demon King Piccolo, and then of course at the time Piccolo Power Awakening. But I don't know what element factor they could do this time for him. I mean, let's see, we just got a new red unit with the transforming cell because he's definitely regen. We still have Zamasu, so that's our blue unit. What else? My brain is dying. Well, okay, we have the free-to-play Super Boo. I mean, he's good, but I mean, they could definitely replace him. Like, if he's not like the unit that they have, I mean, there's still like the LF Perfect Cell. There is also Piccolo Power Awakening if they're still using him. Like, they're getting some buffs. Oh, and of course, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but obviously Yellow Unit Ultra Kid Boo. So they got some units. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, even like Majin Buu, the green unit, the Zenkai unit got like some unique equipment, so you could use him. But I would say probably green if anything, because that Boo's really, really old. But apart from that though, I mean, it's not really much else I could think of when you think about it. I mean, we'll see what they do with Orange Piccolo, but I hope that he comes to the game very, very soon. He should have been in a very, very long while ago. And then, of course, Goku and Frieza, I don't think anybody would be disappointed with this at all. Like, especially if the anniversary structure is how it is, like, or how it was, you know, last year, then I think it would be, you know, like, LF unit for, like, practically, you know, like, May leading into June, and then after that, another LF unit, and then Ultra, which at that point, they could literally fit all three of those units, right? Like, maybe lead off with Goku and Frieza, and then Orange Piccolo to kind of like keep it flowing, and then end it off with Vegito Blue. They could do that, and I would still go crazy in all those manners. The only thing is, if they were to do it like this, I see it happening in that specific order, and I really hope that if Orange Piccolo is like that mid-anniversary unit, that they don't do him like how they did Dragon Fist Super Saiyan 3 Goku. That unit was cool, really hype, but he did not last that long at all. His defenses just weren't good enough. So again, I'm down for all these options. I would go absolutely insane on all those matters. Devil Cries said, my predictions for 5th anniversary, part 1, LF Tag Goku and Frieza, Sparking Frost and Super Saiyan Kale, non-Berserk, EX KAUBA and Hit. Part 2, LF Orange Piccolo, Sparking Potential Unleash Gohan, EX Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. If it happens, part 3, Ultra Vegito Blue. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I think this is honestly a relatively safe pick, much like what I said earlier. Again, when it comes down to the anniversary units, this is really it, right? Like, this is really it. Well, okay, I'll say for like the main headliners, right? Excluding just like, you know, general sparking units and all that stuff. And even the EXs that might be headliners. When it comes down to the units, this is really it. Actually, excluding one, which I'm pretty sure we might end up seeing later on as we continue this video. But again, Goku and Frieza, Orange Piccolo, Ultra Vegito Blue. Those are like the units right there, right? And I will even say, like, for part 2, you may not even have to have Orange Piccolo actually be that unit. Like, I take back what I said, right? Well, okay, I would say these are like the primary units, but one of them can be swapped. And that particular unit, I see being Orange Piccolo. Because they can definitely save that for like, maybe like the anniversary, if you will, of Superhero, right? They can like save that until then and swap that out with another tag unit being tag, well, okay. Yes, it'll be another Goku and Vegeta, but it would be Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Evolved Vegeta. That would be a really, really cool tag unit. And I know there are people out there that do want to see that happen as well, myself included. So if part 2 isn't Orange Piccolo, that would be my other option. But apart from that though, for part 1, a Sparking Frost and a Super Saiyan Kale, I'm gonna be honest with you, those units would not get me hyped like at all. Like, I get the purpose of why they would be on here, but that would not get me hyped at all. And what's crazy is, I've been saying for the longest while, how in the world do we have sparking units of everybody, or okay, all the important characters of like Universe 6, except Frost? That makes zero sense to me, right? But I mean, hey, you know, I mean, I would be happy, I just wouldn't be hyped, right? And same goes for Super Saiyan Kale. It would be cool because I'm pretty sure with this would be her first standalone Super Saiyan unit in the game, because the only iterations of Super Saiyan Kale in the game are obviously the Berserk unit, and then her being paired with Caulifla with the duo unit. So as a standalone unit, that'd be cool. Anniversary, I would not be hyped for that. EX units, I don't care. Again, part 2, Orange Piccolo, I'd be fine with that 100%. Sparking Ultimate Gohan, I would actually be really, really excited for that, because I don't believe we have Superhero Ultimate Gohan at all. We don't have it in the game at all. So if it's based off a superhero anyway, which obviously, you know, based off that list it would be, I would be okay with that. It would work well, right? And then EX Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, that's like a fair, like, you know, EX to have, you know? So that's actually not bad. And then part 3, Ultra Vegeta Blue, I've already given my thoughts on that. Honestly, this is a pretty solid and stable list. I could see all of this happening. Chad Toki said, more dual metal drops in co-op, easier to get more erasers, improve ultra banners, make them like LF banners with multiple ultras, where new ultra has higher drop rate, increase rewards from Legends ranking, more Zenkai Rush medals per USTR, and more new events for PvE players. Okay, so this is outside of, you know, characters and all that stuff, right? So, more dual medals in co-op, I would completely be down for. I think anybody would be okay with that. This next one is something I have screamed, right? Because it makes no sense for them to, like, try to improve it without actually making one resource a bit more available than it currently is. And those are slot removers, or, you know, as we call them, erasers. Now, the reason why we need more of these in particular is because of how brutal it is to get specific slots on equipment. It is way too difficult, and it makes no sense to have the process of getting said slot be difficult while also making the process of, you know, the resource needed to re-roll said slot be tedious to obtain. It makes zero sense whatsoever. So with slot removers, either, like, there's two options honestly. Either make slot removers a much more accessible resource for us so that we can continuously re-roll, or make the rates for the slots easier, like improve the rates so that way we can get these equipment like ready to go. I've screamed this to the heavens. I've talked about it in videos, I've talked about it in live streams, I've talked about it on Twitter. The slot, like, or not slots, the equipment system with re-rolling is terrible, and they need to update it. It is really, really bad, and that's an understatement. Now, with the ultra banners, I do agree that ultra banners are really bad. The drop rates for ultras are really abysmal, and I believe that we are honestly at a point where if they wanted to update the ultra banners to include some of the older summonable units, like the older ultras, they actually could. We are at that point because, but we have a solid amount of ultra units, like excluding the free-to-play units, right? Because if those were put in banners, that would be a complete nightmare for people. We have Super Gogeta, we have Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, we have Super Vegito, we have Hit, Gogeta Blue, Rose, we have Kid Buu. Like, that's what I'm hoping I'm not forgetting it. Oh, and Broly. So that is 8 summonable ultras, excluding the 3 free-to-play ones, being, you know, Super Saiyan Goku, Vegeta, and Omega Shenron. So in truth, a total of 11, but summonable, we have 8 of them. So if we were to get a 9th one and they wanted to change the ultra banners to be like LF banners, we're at the point where they absolutely could, 100%. But if they do that, they have to raise the rates. There's no way in the world they're going to do that and keep the rates as low as they are. So yeah, I don't know. Like, we'll have to see if they actually do something about that. And then Legends ranking. I mean, the Legends ranking was in preseason. We finally got to the first season, so I'm not really going to speak on that. They have plenty of time to adjust that. Zenkai Rush medals, we have Zenkai Rush Light, so that's not an issue. And then more new events for PvE players. I agree with that. We do get a lot of rehashed events, but nothing that's really brand new. So if we were to get like new events, that would also be good, because remember, again, even though there's a ton of us that play like PvP and whatnot, a majority of people who play Dragon Ball Legends are actually PvE players. It's just that the PvP base is very vocal. So again, if there's more PvE events, that would also be nice to entice people to be able to farm up more crystals to summon on the new banners. I've always been an advocate for PvE, and I'm 100% down for brand new events, because seriously, we need them. Renzu Assassin said, I'm gonna be honest, I do care about the game, but Shallot has literally been on my mind. I need them to do something with him. Not even want anymore, I need. So that's one thing. As for characters, I would like a buff Roshi, but that's just a random thought. Okay, so getting that Roshi is actually something I don't even know how we don't have in the game yet. Like, I really don't understand how we don't have him in the game yet, right? I mean, obviously, like, we've seen buff Roshi in Dragon Ball. He actually turned buff in the Tournament of Power, right? Like, we've seen this Roshi left and right. We just don't have, okay, correction. We technically have him in the game, right? With Jordyn, but apart from her, he's not a standalone unit. I don't know how. We don't got him. It's crazy. Like, I think they should add him, whether he's a Sparking or an EX. I don't care. Make him playable. His model is already made and in the game, so they have nothing to lose by at least giving him Kamehameha or something, right? So they could do that. I'd be okay with that. But in terms of Shallot, I really don't think we're going to be getting Super Saiyan Blue. Like, let's be honest. Of course, I would love to see Super Saiyan Blue, and of course, it could happen. But we are almost 3 years. Almost 3 years. Like, literally in a few weeks, it'll be 3 years since Shallot has gotten a transformation, right? 3 very long years. So, look, we have had no hints to that transformation in the story mode whatsoever. Not a single one. So, I don't think that Super Saiyan Blue will happen for Shallot. However, I do think that they should update the unit somehow, some way, right? Now, the issue with Shallot is power creep, right? Like, his forms don't really seem to hold weight in the current meta, like, at all, right? So, if they can at least update him to make him viable, I'm for that, right? I mean, we all know, like, if he were to be fully 14 starred, his stats are literally stupid. Like, he would be probably one of the most powerful units in the whole game if he was able to be 14 starred, right? Not only that, you can teach him darn near any special move in the game, so it gives him extreme versatility. You can literally craft him however you want, right? So, again, they can really make him viable again, so long as they update the unit. I don't know how they're gonna do it, whether they give him, like, unique equipment, right? Like, to make him strong or whatever the case may be, because if I'm not mistaken, he technically has one, right? Like, they could do that, or they could turn him from a hero unit to a sparking unit. I don't know. I have no idea. But updating Shallot, I think, is something very crucial that the Legends team really needs to do. There's no way in the world you can have the mascot of the game be inviolable. It makes zero sense. It makes zero sense. Like, the mascot of the game needs to be viable. And if it's not Super Saiyan Blue, then just buff him, or at the very least, make Shallot, with an E, you know, the fusion, playable. That would have worked. Like, if he was an obtainable character, I would have been fine without, like, you know, Shallot with an O, right? I would have been fine if they didn't do anything with him, right? Because at least the fusion is playable. But he's not. He's only playable in story mode. So if he becomes attainable, I'm fine with that. If not, then at least buff Shallot, like, somehow, some way. Or give a Super Saiyan Blue, I'm fine with either or. Nahum Dyer said, I want them to add fusion duo units that has fusion as their main ability. For example, a duo unit of Kale and Caulifla that can fuse into Kefla with their main ability would be cool. I want Giblet, the version that can go Super Saiyan God, playable beyond story mode. Okay, so this, originally, I thought the concept of a tag unit specifically, because dual units are definitely done. Like, dual units have been done. We're on tag units now, right? I never thought of the actual possibility of a tag unit being able to fuse. And, you know, like, people have speculated, right? Like, you know, all sorts of ideas and whatnot, right? But now more than ever, the release of tag Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta opened the floodgates. Main reason, unique gauge. The unique gauge can be an extremely powerful mechanic in order for a variety of characters, like different types of characters, like, or, you know, how they would actually execute them in the game could happen, right? And this actually goes beyond just fusion, right? So I'll explain two ideas that I have. One obviously being fusion, where, you know, you can swap between characters, build up your gauge however you will, and then maybe when your gauge is full and then you swap into a character, or your gauge is full and you receive like maybe an Awakening Arts card or whatever the case may be, you utilize it, and then you're able to fuse into said characters. So Kefla, Vegito, Gogeta, Gotenks, fuse Zamasu, that's also a thing. Things of that nature, right? Like that release, that's why I stand by saying, I know there's people that are not really happy with how the release of Tag Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta were, right? Primarily because of maybe how the unit performs or whatever the case may be. But again, think of it like the building blocks to something that could be big, right? There's always, like, with them experimenting, it could like lead into something incredible. So that's why I'm fine with that unit, because again, as the building blocks into something new, we could get really unique units, one of which being units that can actually fuse mid-battle. The other is Giants. Giants is entirely possible. And I say that because we have the likes of, again, Tag Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, but when they activate Transcendent Kamehameha Preparation Mode, there are certain things that happen in the game, right, that obviously would hopefully allow you to execute Transcendent Kamehameha, one of which is Sealing Rising Rush, right? You're able to seal Rush and you can't swap, right? So maybe, again, you have a tag unit or whatever the case may be, or maybe just like another unit that isn't a tag, right? And then, you know, you attack, you do your thing, whatever the case may be, right? And then your unique gauge fills up, and then maybe you activate Grade 8 mode or something, right? Like, it could be for Baby, it could be for Vegeta, it could be for Goku, it could be for Gohan, any of them, right? You activate like Grade 8 mode, and then from there, you can't rush, you can't swap, and you can't use special moves or special skills. It's straight strike and blast, right? And obviously, if you knock out the Grade 8, the character's gone, right? Or if the Grade 8 wipes you out, you're gone, right? So, like, things of that nature, it's entirely possible, and they've already experimented with it with the recent tag unit. So, again, this stuff is possible now, and I would love to see them really experiment, because if they go above and beyond, we can get some extremely unique characters in this game. And then, of course, Giblet Super Saiyan God, I've said before, and I'll say it again. Him being playable, absolutely. Braindead Kaba said, I need the game to add a claim all button on missions. Literally claim all. Daily, event, mission plans, everything. It's painful to go it's painful to go through missions, tab by tab, collecting rewards when they all have one mission complete for 6 pages. I completely agree. And I think I've said this either in video streams and tweets as well. They really need to have a claim all button. And not the button where, you know, like, maybe you're on like one section of like missions, you claim all those, then you have to go to, you know, another section, claim it. No. Too much work. Literally, I'm talking about if you have 99 of them things complete, like maybe you knocked out your mission plans, you knocked out some like regular missions and all that stuff, and they're just there. Like, all of them are just there, right? You just click claim all and receive everything all at once, so that way you don't have to go tab by tab to like see like, oh, like it's this, okay, I got those, next tab, accept it. No, it's too much. Literally claim all and let us claim everything all at once. That way it's much easier to manage instead of having to go through, you know, each tab and trying to accept them all. This is something I have screamed to the heavens for a quality of life update. Let us claim everything at once. It would make things so much smoother, so that way I'm not spending 5 minutes in the missions tabs. Purdy said, I'm feeling some kind of Orange Piccolo and maybe LF Gamma too. In my head, I can kind of picture Ultra Orange Piccolo and LF Gamma. Okay, now I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Again, Orange Piccolo should have been in the game since last year. I don't know why he's not in, right? LF Gamma 2 is literally something I have been screaming since Superhero released in the States. I have been screaming for an LF Gamma 2, right? And we all know why. And I mean, like, look, Superhero's been out. If you haven't seen the movie at this point, like, you're kind of on your own, right? Like, it's literally available on, like, you know, DVD and Blu-ray and all that stuff, and even online. So at this point, if you don't know what happens in Superhero, that's on you. But LF Gamma 2, when he sacrificed himself, right, with Core Breaker, that is literally an LF moment. It's why we call him Goatma 2. It's why we call him the GOAT. Core Breaker was one of the cleanest like moments in the movie. So I need that as an LF, like 100%, right? I need that as an LF. And of course, Orange Piccolo, whether they make him an LF or an Ultra, either option works for Orange Piccolo, right? Now, the thing with this is, if they're going to be pairing an LF Gamma 2 with an Ultra Orange Piccolo, I don't see that happening for the anniversary, right? Because anniversary seems more like it's gonna flow to like Ultra Vegito Blue. I mean, again, anything's possible. Personally speaking, I see something like this happening for the anniversary of Superhero. You know what I mean? Like, because again, 1 year since Superhero was released to, commemorate this moment, here's an, Ultra Orange Piccolo and an LF Gamma 2, right? With maybe just like regular sparking, like, Gamma 1, but maybe, he has a different move set or whatever the case may be, right? We could probably get Goten and Trunks as maybe like EX units. I don't know. But for something like this, I'm all for all of this 100%, but not for anniversary if it's these two specifically, right? If it's these two specifically, I see it being for like, the anniversary of Superhero. If it's just Orange Piccolo, maybe as an LF unit, I can see that for the anniversary. But Sora Abner said, for real, we need LF Super Saiyan God Goku from Battle Gods and Ultra Beerus. Battle Gods needs more love in this game. Okay, much like what I said about, Orange Piccolo and Gamma 2, I would love to see something like this, but not for anniversary. I don't think that's anniversary worthy, literally at all. Not even remotely close. Now, I'm not saying that this wouldn't be hype. Don't get me wrong. I would absolutely believe this would be hype, and I think lots of people would actually summon on something like this, especially if Beerus is like actual, like LF Beerus with like Hakai, like the way how he purged Zamasu Hakai, right? Not like the orb of like, energy of destruction. Stuff like that, yes, right? Because Battle Gods really gets no love for some reason. It's really, really weird. But for anniversary, no, I don't see that happening. Maybe some sort of like, kind of like an in-between banner, like a cooldown banner between like anniversary and probably Legends Festival, right? A banner like this, okay, sure, right? Like I would definitely summon on it. It would be pretty cool. But for anniversary, no way in the world. I don't see it happening. But this still would be cool for like a different type of banner. The Turkish boy said, characters Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, Super Saiyan Blue Evolved Goku and Vegeta Part 1, Orange Piccolo Part 2, for Part 3 a new rarity for Ultra units similar to Legends Limited, in this case an Ultra Vegito Blue. Events give us golden showdowns with similar rewards like the current one and make it 2 weeks only. Okay, so again, the other character that I could really see being like released during anniversary is Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Evolved Vegeta as a tag unit, right? That is like literally the only other unit I could see being a part of the anniversary, right? So again, Goku and Frieza, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, and Super Saiyan Blue Evolved Vegeta, Orange Piccolo, and of course Ultra Vegito Blue. Those are like anniversary worthy, right? And then for Part 3, a new rarity? That isn't too far-fetched actually. And I'm glad that they put it in quotations, because obviously it wouldn't necessarily be like a new rarity, but I kind of see what this person's saying, right? Because we're at a point where we could get Ultra LFs. Ultra units have been in the game for a while now, like a good while. And I stand by saying the 5th anniversary is probably one of the most important anniversaries for the history of the game, because we've gotten like, even though like Ultra Vegito Blue is not in the game, right? Even though Orange Piccolo just straight up isn't in the game, but he's a brand new character, so that makes sense. And even though we have Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku in the game and Super Saiyan Blue Evolved Vegeta in the game, right? We're at the point where we need to, or well, not need, but we're at the point where the devs are probably going to start recycling units, and they need to find a way to incentivize us to summon on said banners, right? So either they make the unit extremely broken, or they give them like some sort of like new rarity, quote unquote, right? Or something of the sort, right? A way to entice us to summon. And again, an Ultra LF unit, we're not too far off from that becoming an actual thing. Because if not in this anniversary, I'm 100% calling the 6th anniversary, we're getting an Ultra LF unit then, right? Because at that point, if we don't get Ultra LF units, something is seriously wrong, right? But, yeah, the new rarity, I can see that happening. If it doesn't happen, we still have a bit of leeway to the point where it's like, okay, this has to happen, you guys are taking too long. But, yeah, I can see this happening. And then, of course, Golden Showdown, similar rewards. I mean, Golden Showdown, look, I just don't want it to last long. Look, Golden Showdown, it's already like, you know, boosting like RP and all that good stuff. Make it 2 weeks. Just make it 2 weeks. I don't want to have to deal with like all the, I don't think anybody must deal with any of the nonsense from Golden Showdown. So again, the rewards are solid. Just make it shorter, bro, please. I think that this is actually one that I want to end off on. So Mr. Bundy said, quality of life, equipment upgrade rework, Ultra Space Time Rush Light Permanent Edition, Ultra Banner format, and then characters, tag Gamma 1+2, Orange Piccolo, Goku and Frieza, and Buff Roshi. Okay, so for the characters, I've practically have like spoke on literally all of those except for one, and that's a tag Gamma 1 and 2. That is also something I can see. Probably not for anniversary, but maybe for like the anniversary of Superhero, right? Because we did see Gamma 1 and 2 fight together against Cell Max. So if they wanted to make them into a tag unit and then have the LFB like Gamma 2 using Core Breaker, I promise you I'll go crazy on that banner. I would go so insane on that banner, you have no idea. But for the quality of life changes, right? I have already talked about the equipment. They really need to rework that, seriously. Ultra Space Time Rush Light being permanent, I am also down for as well, right? Because again, like we do have the regular Ultra Space Time Rush, it just takes far too long. It takes far too long. Again, you do get the resources still, but it is extremely tedious. They already made a light version. A lot of people like that version, myself included. Make that permanent. There's no reason to be pulling that in and out. Just leave that in the game, please, right? And then the Ultra Banner formats, again, we spoke about that as well. But there are also some things that I would like to add onto this as well, right? When it comes down to quality of life changes, make Path of Friendship permanent. There is no reason to make that a sporadic event. Make that permanent. Also, where is the 4th Let's Fight at? Like, the 4th Let's Fight, maybe against whether they decided to be Super Saiyan 4 Goku or Super Saiyan God Goku, whichever one they choose. How do we not have a 4th Let's Fight at this point? Like, again, being able to have multiple, like, resources or multiple, like, opportunities, if you will, to be able to farm friendship, especially with them trying to make friendship important again, is, like, you gotta make it like accessible to the masses, like in a farmable sense, right? So again, Path of Friendship, make that permanent. Make a Let's Fight 4, like, because we've had like 3 Let's Fights for a while now. And not only that, if they if they update story mode, give us a new story mode event that'll allow us to farm friendship as well, like into, I guess, like to a higher degree of whatever the current method from story mode is. You know, like against that one Super Saiyan 3 Goku, right? So like, give us a new story mode event that will give us a lot of friendship so we can farm that too, right? Like, again, friendship is becoming important again. And plus, I mean, friendship is important to be able to teach Shout moves, but Shout is outdated, which is why not a lot of people are worrying about that until they try to force us to, you know, raise friendship for Zenkais and whatnot. And actually, and even more so now, because friendship is needed to get unique equipment for the non-LF unique equipments, right? You got to get their friendship up to 5. So yeah, being able to farm friendship effectively is important now. So again, Path of Friendship and a Let's Fight 4, and also a story like mode like battle that gives us better friendship points than the current method from story mode, right? Those would all be fantastic conclusions, in my opinion. Because if we're gonna make friendship important, we have to be able to farm it. And there are so many other things that we could expect to see for the anniversary, but I want the main thing for us to experience for this anniversary to be the hype, right? Because anniversaries are always an exciting time. Always an exciting time, right? Again, new units, new events, sometimes new mechanics getting added to the game, and all sorts of things, right? It's a time for us to finally spend all of those crystals on that major hype unit that we've been waiting a long time for. And of course, not only that, But again, the quality of life changes that we can get into the game could also be massive as well. So again, I do want to know what you guys think about all this in the comment section below. And also, for you guys on YouTube, what would you like to see for the 5th anniversary? Again, characters, quality of life changes, like events, whatever the case may be, let me know in the comment section below. With that being said, I'm Ndukauba, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.